The car is the safest place. Don't say nonsense. While arguing, the car drove right through the storm. They arrived at a quiet clearing, and oddly enough, the storm seemed to be held back by a spell, wreaking havoc just beyond the clearing. They got out to check the area, no signal and no sign of life, and there stood a grave right in front of the house. What an ominous place. Nina entered and saw a calendar stuck on Oct 24, 1998, and a huge eyeglass in the living room. There was also a guest register at the front desk. Looks like this place used to be a motel, but now is totally ghost town vibes. While flipping through, Nina was astonished to see her sister's name written there, but what was even weirder was, it appeared 13 times, with increasingly messy handwriting. Above saw a wall plastered with missing person flyers in another room. One of them had a picture of Nina's sister, but what baffled her was that these flyers only had photos, no addresses or phone numbers. Meanwhile, Nina was spellbound by the boundary and, in a daze, thought she heard her sister's voice. She couldn't help but walk inside, just as she was about to clearly see the person's face. But just then, Nonmei caught her and brought her back, and suddenly, the sky darkened without warning as the others gathered in the hall. They shared odd events, missing person flyers, register names, and rainy shouts. They realized that all these oddities were connected to the missing sister, and suddenly, the eyeglass flipped over. They noticed a car had stopped outside, sometime really creepy vibes. They hesitated to act and retreated to strategize inside. They decided to split up. Nina would keep watch while the others searched for an exit. The basement had a phone, but it was completely dead. Nearby, there was a radio that couldn't connect to the outside world, only buzzing with static. At that moment, subtitles from the room behind Nina, there came a ticking sound. She cautiously approached, and her excited shout startled the 3 people in the basement. Nonmei rushed to check and spotted a body at the feet of the masked man, urging the girls to hide and hold their breath. The masked man heard the commotion and started patrolling the room. Just then, Nonmei seized the chance and quietly hurled a stool at him. But it didn't cause even the slightest bit of harm to the masked man, and after dealing with Nonmei, the masked man continued searching the house and came across Nina, heading straight for the closet where he yanked out Megan without giving her a chance. The masked man grabbed his head, smashing bang, bang till brains splattered, and Nina attacked. The masked man seemed unfazed. When Nina tried to escape, she caught a glimpse of her sister again. Next moment, Zen falls, desk gears start turning, reviving them with pain and lost memories. 5 new missing person flyers appeared on the wall, foreshadowing the horrors to come as Nina was terrified by the image of her boyfriend brutally cut down. She advised Unity to prevent accidents, but then the lights began flickering. The door kept opening and closing on its own, and the guy with the psychic abilities just got chopped down. Nina zoned out again as Megan, with her psychic powers, suddenly experienced a sharp pain in her stomach. Subtitles, then inexplicable fractures, spasms, eye-rolling, and a scream as lights burst. The room plunged into darkness, and Megan disappeared. The group dared not split up and decided to huddle in the missing person's room. Subtitles, they discovered a possessed Megan, whose pupils had turned black, floating mid-air and declaring, "We are all sinners." Stop. I just want to die. Please let me die. Where's my mom? Mom. No one's coming for us. They'll just watch us die here. Don't let them take me in. After warning her friends. Megan's neck got twisted in a horrifying fashion, and before the 4 could react, there was a knock at the door. A bro peeked out the window. There was no one outside, but then Nina heard her sister crying out to open the door. She claimed that monsters were after her outside. Nina almost rushed to open the door, but her sensible friend stopped her. Hearing her sister plead, Nina lost her mind, opened the door, and saw weird creatures. However, in the front clearing there stood an additional little wooden cabin. Subtitles are. Nonmei was about to immediately rush in to save someone. Abara argued Nina's done for this time. Don't be her laptop, what matters now is to find a way out of here. Nonmei stormed off in anger, spouting something not so nice. Meanwhile, Nina woke up in the little cabin and looked around at the masks displayed everywhere. Sitting in front of the TV was a witch on life support. Nina called out a few times, but the witch didn't budge. So, she slowly walked to the door, trying to escape this creepy place, but alas, the door was locked shut. Suddenly, the evil witch woke up. Please let me out. I don't want to be here. You have one option. survive the night or become part of it. Then the witch forced a mask over Nina's face, and in just seconds she was turned. The witch completed her task and became a puff of smoke. Meanwhile, Nanmei came over and spotted some werewolf sketches on the table just as a noise came from upstairs. He went upstairs to investigate and found a bizarre room filled with dolls, a classic horror movie trope.